Today I am looking at a Willdone mini electrical screwdriver. It's rechargeable, made out of alloyed steel and aluminum. It uses a standard 4mm type of hex bits on them. And let's take a look at what's inside the box. I got this specifically for small job repairs. So came in a nice case. Some avoid accident notices. The case comes apart fairly easily. That's not a bad thing. Take that off. It came with the various, like I said, 4mm hex bits, and it has 24 what they call S2 steel bits. So it came like that. There's the other here. This one's here. I'll put a list on there to show you what with with a USB power supply. This is a 1.5, I believe, power supply. And I will put a picture of this to show you what ratings there is on there. Okay. It's with a Type-C USB connector. Now I've already charged this, so there. Where's my not to come out? Okay. So there's the unit here. What's some nice features is that others don't have is this is the adjustable torque. It doesn't have a light. I wish it did have a light, but it doesn't. It does have this adjustable torque that you can do. It doesn't have adjustable speed, unfortunately. Has magnetic base for the screwdriver tips. The one thing I found with this is that when you handle it, there's a tendency for you to put your finger or your hand on the control here, and it's very easy to go forward and reverse on this. There's no locking mechanism or anything. If you don't want to use this, you can actually have it so that it'll turn. It's got a clutch on here, so you can actually use it to actually torque down the screw without having to use the electrical part of it. You can, so the clutch is right now, there's almost no torque at all that you can do it. So you'd have to put it onto the maximum torque to be able to tighten up a screw, or you can, like, say, manually set it so that it'll pop when you do manually, and you can only go so far for the torque. So that it's a two-way torquing type of device, one for the electrical part of it and one for the manual part of it. It has a LED for charging to indicate that it's charging. And like I said, this is it's good. It's heavy duty. It's I like the sturdiness of it. But I find that I tend to go and actually activate this and sometimes put it in reverse or forward when I'm doing some work with it. And I wish this button was in a different location. It'd be nice if it was somewhere else, possibly up here somewhere, or the ability to possibly turn on and off this thing so that it doesn't get activated accidentally. brand is BIC. So far, it's performing the way I guess of how they say it does. So it's got nice torque to it. You adjust it fully to the top 8. I can't hold this. It's it's got some good torque there, but it's not variable speed, which would be again a nice thing, so you could slowly start it instead of going full base. Now I'm going to test this out using something that came in a while back that's defective, so if it strips the screws I don't really care. So here we're going to try this out here. It's got multiple screws, and this one it'll work, but this one here has actually a much better fit to it. So let's some torque on here, a little bit of torque, so that that's about that's 3. So that okay. So let's try this out here. See, again, this is what I'm saying, is that it's very easy to touch this by accident. It's in the wrong location as far as I'm concerned. So there we go. Now, of course, when I do it manually, it's the same thing. See, and if you do it manually, you accidentally hit this the buttons. So if I don't want to use the electrical, I actually have to move my hand way over there, which is just really not very good. So now I can actually snug it up, and you can hear the torquing is actually turning, and it's set to the maximum. So you're actually turning and it can't go any further than that. So let's go backwards here. That's your typical screw speed. And if I so you'd probably want that to about 3 is about just right. Now at 3, when you're trying to undo it, this isn't going to work. If it's really tight, it's not going to work. So you'd have to go and adjust it. So again, the torquing is good. It's a bit of a pain to work with it all the time. You might probably set it at the higher one and just leave it like that, and this, there you go there. So I really don't like the fact that this switch is so sensitive. It would be better if it wasn't so sensitive, or there was some sort of a mechanic to shut it off, and there isn't. So some more screws here. Let's go. See, again, very awkward to get at the switch. You're having to hold it there. And if you want to do it mechanically, look what happens. My thumb gets in the way. So it's a bit Mickey Mousey in that respect. And now if I want to snug it up, I can't do that because it depends on the Torx setting to actually do anything. So again, if this had a mechanical switch or something that you could lock this, or you could lock the Torx in a full position so that when you don't have to constantly turn this to get it to work. Now, barring this is about the only one that I've seen. There might be a few more, but I haven't come across them yet, that have a torque adjustment. This is not a bad thing. You can set up your torque, but it is kind of a Mickey Mousey thing if you're constantly doing something with it. You're going to find it very easily that you might just leave it in one position. So that's it. It does come with a large number of tips. Now, just to show you that you can use other types of tips. Like I said, these are standard. Now this is from Princess Auto that I bought quite a few years ago, and these are all 4mm hex. Awesome. So this is very nice, especially with this type of socket that you can use on here. This was an excellent toolkit that had a whole variety of different tips on here. And of course this came with an extension, so again, useful. The fact that it's magnetic. Getting to tight spots. Considering that this only has the 24 tips, but it does not have an extension, unless there is something on the bottom here that I don't know. I came across this it's almost like a magnet. Oh, I see. They must have had the ability to have an extra row of tips here, but they didn't include it, and so they just put a bar in there to keep it from showing that there's some tips missing. There you go. So I'll put some more information down the links below. I hope you find this useful as in comparison to other units. So case is easier to put back together again if I snap this into place. If you appreciate videos like this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Kindly leave a comment if you have any questions about this review. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.